Welcome to Session 2. In today's session, we will introduce China's high-resolution optical remote sensing satellite data systems and explain how to access data through different national and commercial platforms. By the end of this session, you should have a clear understanding of the major Chinese satellite data sources, their access pathways, application procedures, and basic usage requirements. Let's begin with the China National Space Administration, or CNSA. CNSA is responsible for the overall planning, policymaking, and international cooperation of China's civil space activities. It also plays an important role in the coordination, management, and sharing of national remote sensing data. Many of the satellite data sets we'll discuss today, such as SDG Sat-1 and the Gaofen constellation, are gradually being made available to researchers and academic institutions under the guidance of CNSA. This helps ensure that the data services are authoritative, standardized, and aligned with the national data sharing policies. CNSA has established a relatively clear and comprehensive policy framework for remote sensing data sharing. This framework covers data access procedures, user permissions, scientific research regulations, and mechanisms for international cooperation. Under this system, both domestic and international researchers can obtain and use Chinese remote sensing data in a more transparent and efficient way. This not only supports scientific research and technological innovation, but also strengthens China's role in global Earth observation. The data platforms introduced in this session are all operated within this broader policy framework. Next, we will move on to SDG Sat-1, the Sustainable Development Science Satellite, and discuss how to obtain its data. The first step is to register for an account. On the official website, you'll need to fill in your basic information, including your email address, personal identification information, and institutional affiliation. An email verification code is required during registration, so please make sure that you have access to your mailbox. After setting your password and completing the verification process, your account will be created. You can then proceed to the proposal submission stage and begin your data application. The next step is to submit a research proposal explaining how you plan to use SDG Sat-1 data. On the online submission page, you need to provide basic project information and describe your research topic. It is recommended that you download the official proposal template provided by the platform and complete it according to the required format. The template usually includes sections such as research background, data requirements, technical approach, and expected outcomes. Once the template is completed, you can upload it and submit your application. This is a very important step because the platform will evaluate your proposal to determine whether your project genuinely requires SDG Sat-1 data. When completing the proposal template, your first part is the cover page. This section includes the project title, the principal investigator's name and contact information, institutional affiliation, country, and submission date. It is recommended to use a concise and accurate title that clearly reflects the focus of your research. The information on the cover page should be accurate and properly formatted, as this helps facilitate the review process and may improve the efficiency of your data application. The second part is the project team information. Here, you will need to provide the names, professional titles, and institutional affiliations of the principal investigator and team members. In addition, you should specify the research field, project duration, related sustainable development goals, and several clear project keywords. This information helps the system match your project with suitable data sets and allows reviewers to quickly understand the focus and objectives of your research. Therefore, your keywords should be accurate, specific, and closely related to your study. The third part is the data requirements section, which is one of the most critical parts of the entire application. You need to clearly define the spatial extent of your study area, either by providing latitude and longitude coordinates or by naming the target city, region, or study site. You also need to specify the desired imaging period, sensor or payload type, and the expected number of images. Please note that SDG SAT-1 generally does not accept proposals requesting very large-scale global or continental data sets. Therefore, your data requirements should be focused, reasonable, and clearly described so that the system can efficiently search for and allocate suitable data. The final part is the scientific research section. In this section, you should describe your research objectives, technical approach, innovation points, project schedule, and expected outcomes. It is important to highlight the scientific value of your project and explain why SDG SAT-1 data are necessary for your research. After completing and uploading the proposal template, you can submit your application. If the proposal is well structured and meets the platform requirements, the review process is usually completed within a few days. When using SDG SAT-1 data, it is also important to distinguish between two data access modes. The first mode is archive data. Archive data can usually be downloaded soon after your proposal is approved. This is the most convenient option and requires the least waiting time. The second mode is programming data, or newly tasked data. This mode requires you to submit an additional imaging request and wait for satellite task scheduling before the data can be acquired. If your research does not require imagery from a very specific date or time period, archive data are usually recommended. However, if you need observations during a specific period, then the programming mode may be more appropriate. In that case, you should be aware that additional waiting time will be needed for satellite scheduling and data acquisition. Next, we will introduce one of the most important sources of remote sensing data in China, the Gaofen series. To access Gaofen data, the first step is to register on the Cresta platform. During registration, you need to enter your mobile phone number and email address, and then complete the verification process. The Gaofen series is one of the most widely used and comprehensive remote sensing satellite datasets in China. It includes multiple satellites, such as GF1, GF2, and GF6, each designed for different observation tasks and application scenarios. These satellites support a wide range of applications, including vegetation monitoring, agricultural assessment, urban management, land resource investigation, and disaster response. After completing registration, you can enter the Cresta homepage and select the satellite or sensor you need. Then, you can define your area of interest by drawing directly on the map or by uploading a vector file for more precise boundary selection. After that, you need to select the desired product level, add the selected imagery to your shopping cart, and submit the data request. The overall workflow is straightforward and efficient, making it suitable for most research users. It is important to note that the platform has certain access limitations for individual research users. At present, personal accounts can browse and request imagery from multiple sensors across the Gaofen satellite series. After an order is submitted, it will go through a back-end review process. This review usually takes a few hours. Once the order is approved, the data can be downloaded as a compressed package. Here, we will play a short demonstration video to illustrate the data acquisition procedure we just discussed. Another portal for accessing Gaofen data is the CPEOS platform. The registration process is simple and similar to that of Cresta. You need to enter your personal information, complete the verification process, and create your account. After logging in, select Research Users Service and navigate to Research Search, where you can browse the standard product library. The platform allows you to draw a polygon directly on the map or upload a vector file, which makes it possible to define your study area more precisely. Next, you can select your desired product level and review key information such as satellite name, sensor type, imaging time, cloud cover, and spatial coverage. If the imagery meets your needs of research, you can add it to your shopping cart and submit the request. Once your application is approved, the data can be downloaded from the My Orders section. Here, we will also present a short demonstration video showing how to obtain data from this platform. The overall workflow is similar to that of Cresta, although the interface design and some satellite entry points may differ. In practical research, it is often useful to compare the available imagery and product options across both platforms so that you can choose the data source that best fits your research needs. In addition to the Gaofen series, China also operates several commercial and specialized satellite programs. For example, applying the Zhuhai-1 data usually requires downloading and submitting a designated application form. Research institutions and universities may be eligible to receive a limited number of free images each year, while additional data can be purchased through the official website. Zhuhai-1 has relatively high revisit frequency and multispectral imaging capabilities, making it suitable for applications such as agricultural monitoring, vegetation analysis, and urban change detection. Jilin-1 is one of China's most representative commercial remote sensing satellite constellations. It is known for its high spatial resolution and rapid revisit capability. Research and educational users can apply for free data quotas through the Educational Open Access channel on its official website. In some cases, users may obtain up to 6 scenes per year, including high-resolution imagery at the 0.5 meter level. Jilin-1 imagery is particularly useful for applications such as road extraction, urban building detection, traffic monitoring, and fine-scale urban analysis. Luojia-3, also known as Wuhan-1, is an optical remote sensing satellite independently developed by Wuhan University. It has both nighttime light imaging and high-resolution observation capabilities. The data can be purchased through designated online platforms, and sample imagery is usually available for preview. Luojia-3 is highly valuable for studies related to urban nighttime light analysis, socioeconomic spatial structure, urban expansion, and human activity monitoring. It is also widely used as a teaching data set in nighttime remote sensing courses. Qiming-1 has a relatively special data access procedure. Users need to download an application form from the official website, fill in the research purpose and basic project information in detail, and then send the completed form to the designated email address for manual review. This dataset is mainly intended for educational and scientific research use, so the application should clearly explain the academic purpose and expected use of the data. To conclude, in this session, we reviewed several major access points for Chinese remote sensing datasets, including the Gaofen series, Ziyuan satellites, Jilin-1, Zhuhai-1, Luojia-3, Qiming-1, and SDG-SAT-1. Becoming familiar with the data portals can greatly expand your available research resources. It can also support more comprehensive multi-source data integration in project proposals, academic publications, and remote sensing analysis workflows. I hope today's session helps you navigate these Chinese satellite data platforms more smoothly and improves your efficiency in remote sensing research.